Welcome to the night where we light up the spark. We're trading crypto, finance, you'll be mad on the charts. Hosted by the one, Lunar Beaches top shark. Dive deep into the numbers cause this ain't no lark. We're crunching all the data, making money moves fast. From Wall Street to the blockchain, making predictions last. Community together in this financial blast. Markets after dark, that shatter ceilings made of glass. Mad on the charts with Lunar's bright lights. Crypto markets soaring through the night. Follow the trends, see future in sight. It's markets after dark, the financial flight. From Bitcoin to Ethereum, we're mapping the road. Stock tips and insights, secrets ready to unload. Trading strategies, sharp on knowledge be showed. Let Lunar Beaches guide you to the mother lode. Economic loops and the way the dollar flows. Community vibes where everybody grows.
Good evening and welcome to Markets After Dark, where we go mad on the charts. Thank you for being here. I do appreciate each and every single one of you for joining. It is Wild Card Wednesday, and boy, do we have a wild card hitting us today. We've got India striking Pakistan. We'll just go over the news real quick to start the show, and we'll see, and then we'll go over Bitcoin and markets and see what's going on. Interestingly, Bitcoin has rallied since the news came out of the strikes. But I don't know that the two are intertwined. Sorry, I was laughing at a comment. Yeah, that's amazing. How'd you get that level? Anywho, so yeah, we'll go over that stuff. You know, I honestly don't know a whole lot about the history between the two. I know there's territorial disputes basically ever since Britain left India and kind of drew arbitrary lines. And I know that on one side where India is, there's a lot of natural resources, and on the other side there's not so much. And then it was a stupid Bitcoin chart. And then what do you call it? Oh, plus some religious aspects to it. So it is what it is between Muslims and Hindus. I want to be politically correct. So, but what's going on, everybody? How you doing? Let's go ahead and just bring up the madhouse. Probably won't have a whole lot in here tonight, which is fine. BGT is probably still going on. Billy Goattails, shout out to Billy Goattails crew. Crypto Billy, Dave Digital, Biomex, Redman. And if I forgot anybody, I'm sorry. Crypto Pollo, there we go. Cluck, cluck. Hopefully, all those guys had an amazing time tonight. And as I know they likely did. As usual, I was too busy to participate. But let's go ahead and say good evening to the Madhouse. Good evening, Max Leverage. Who went short 125x at 97.7K? Are you saying you went short 125x, essentially at the Pico top? That's amazing, my friend. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that amazing trade. Let's go. LFG, baby. What up, fam? What up, Trade Fly? How you doing, my brother? Long time no see. Hope you're doing well. Hope everything's going well at on your channel and with your Discord and all of that. I don't have time to Discord hop barely even my own Discord in Piper Academy and Alex O's. Like, I can dedicate like one day at a time to each. So maybe I gotta throw in like a Trade Fly Tuesdays or Trade Fly Thursdays or something into my rotation. But yeah, shout out to you, my friend. Excited for Vegas, bro. Excited for Vegas. Ready to meet you in person. As far as we go, you fam to me, bro. So, JB, what's going on? Yo, all set in the house. Hey, LBC and fam, lurking, packing for a work trip. Oh, safe travels for your work trip. All set. I heard an air traffic controller say, "Do not fly out of Newark, and best to just not fly at all right now." Yep, that's what I heard. So hopefully, I don't know. I'm debating on flying to Vegas. Oh man, I mean, I'm not coming out of Newark, but I'm really debating flying. When air traffic controllers come out and they're like, "Hey, dog, the stuff's getting kind of sketch." There's been 7 plane crashes during Trump's presidency so far. So, yay. Thank you. Flying out from JFK. Awesome. Sorry, I don't mean to, if anything, it's reverse psychology. I don't know. on the planes. Anyways, sorry to put that fear in you. I've got it myself, so because I don't think I have a choice but to fly to Vegas. So, Pigeon Town Smooth, still the weirdest name out there, but I love it. Pigeon Town doesn't even know how they themselves came up with the name or where it came from. So that's how mad Pigeon House or Pigeon Town is. And so I think the Madhouse is the perfect place for you, Pigeon Town. What's going on, Melissa? One love in the house, OG. How are you doing? Hope you're doing swell. Swell, get it? Like waves, how they swell, This eye is might be bothering me the whole stream because I was reading a book to my son, and then I like popped myself in the head and did like a little well, he pops himself in the head and starts laughing. And then I take it and I give him a little tap on the head. And he starts laughing. And then he takes the book and he hits me on the head. And I'm like, oh, playing the game. Well, we get to a point to where I'm acting like I'm dead, laid out on the floor after he bonked me on the head, like unconscious. And he just comes up to me and is like, "Dada," and goes, smack. Corner of the book right in my eye. Oh, gotta love him. It's my fault. Should have never started that game. Oh man, maybe a bandage. What's going on? Hey, bandage. Nobody's responded to my post on X, my tweet. Okay, I'm just gonna call it what it is. What it really is. My tweet I said, would anybody be interested in me streaming my live reaction to the entire Sleep Token album this Friday? This would be on my channel, of course, Lunar Beaches Crypto. No mods in here, so y'all behave, okay? Alexandra G has the night off, so if any one of my lovely friends would like to share the Lunar Beaches Crypto channel in the chat, I would greatly appreciate that. Thank you. So go for it. I'll listen with you. There we go. But I'm going to do like a listen through. I'm not going to do this pausing at the end of every verse. Sleep Token album, Even in Arcadia, is the name of it. Comes out this Friday. And I am so stoked. Here's the problem with the whole stream thing. I've got to keep myself from listening to it while at work. The good thing is Friday is kind of like a half day. Like we work for half the day. But we're also doing a crawfish boil at work. So it might keep me occupied. Work and the crawfish boil might keep me occupied enough to not listen to that album first thing when I wake up Friday morning. Appreciate that, Bandage. Throwing that link in the chat. All right, let's get to it. We're 13 minutes in. I haven't really talked about anything. India strikes Pakistan 2 weeks after terrorist attack. This is from the New York Times. So India said early Wednesday that it had conducted strikes on Pakistan 2 weeks after more than 24 civilians were killed in a terrorist attack in Indian-administered Kashmir. The Indian government said its forces had struck 9 sites in Pakistan and on Pakistan's side of the disputed Kashmir region. Pakistani military officials said at least 8 people were killed and 35 others wounded after 6 places were hit in Punjab province and it's part of Kashmir. While India in recent years has struck Pakistan-administered Kashmir and areas close to it during periods of rising tensions, the attack on Wednesday on Punjab and Pakistan territory outside the contested region represented an escalation in the conflict between the two nuclear-armed countries. After the attacks, India was bracing for a response from Pakistan, its neighbor and nemesis for more than 7 decades. I believe in 1947-ish, because right around the time Britain started, kind of, it's like the fall of the Ottoman Empire or something, right? It's when Israel got its place and all that, so I don't think it's clickable. Oh, you have to be a mod to do a clickable link? Nah, it's alright. I still appreciate you. What if I copy it and paste it? Hey! There we go. Also, don't forget to join. Hold on. Where's my chat box? Don't forget to join the Discord. Whoops. Uh-oh. Okay, hold on. I'm freaking out. Don't forget to join the Discord. Link is right here, pinned in the chat. $5 to become a YouTube member, and that gets you access to the Discord. Best deal for Discords by far. Check out Blowfin, NordVPN, ChartPrime. All right. After the attacks, India was bracing in response. Yep, red. Oh, wait. The two nations have fought several wars, the most recent in 1999, and have edged to the brink more than once since then. As tensions have sharpened again, global leaders have warned of potentially dire consequences if the two sides fail to de-escalate. India said on Wednesday that it had struck Pakistan after gathering evidence pointing towards the clear involvement of Pakistan-based terrorists in last month's attack on civilians in tourist area in Kashmir. It said that its military actions had been measured, responsible, and designed to be non-escalatory in nature. It added that it had targeted only known terror camps. In its own statement on Wednesday, the Pakistani government called the Indian strikes an unprovoked and blatant act of war that had violated Pakistan's sovereignty. Pakistan said that the Indian actions will not go unanswered and that it would respond at a time and place of its own choosing. Pakistani military officials said they had begun a measured but forceful response. So I was looking into this prior to this, and I don't want to get too bogged down into it, but I mean, it's not the best situation, to be quite frank. Kind of sad that this stuff, we still see stuff like this going on in the world, but I mean, you know, it's decades old problems, man. Decades old problems that haven't been resolved, you know. Sometimes us in the West, we take for granted all the stuff that we do have. Not that we couldn't have more or have better than what we do have, but sometimes, you know, it's nice not living in constant warfare, not having to worry about missiles constantly drop on you like in Israel or in Ukraine or in Pakistan and India. Like, in these countries, their people, their governments, you know, they've been running these drills, from my understanding, for like 2 weeks now. Or, yeah, for like 2 weeks. Pakistan was running like drills where they would do like blackout drills and situational drills for different types of things that could happen. So I would say that the situation is a little more serious than usual, or I say than usual, but a little more than the tit for tat that India and Pakistan typically engage in. But hopefully cooler heads will prevail, and you know, that'll be that. We'll get Pakistan's response maybe, and then hopefully that'll be that. We'll see. We'll see. We saw the tit for tat with Israel and Iran, and it stopped, but we do know that things are tensions are kind of getting a little heightened between those two as well. So I don't know. But Bitcoin seems to not GAF, at least at first glance. Now, we could certainly go a little bit higher. I need to bring the spaceman back up so we can get these levels. So we do have the previous week high still sitting above us, but we have taken out the previous day high. So the Monday high, Monday, Tuesday, if it sweeps the Monday high, often on Tuesday, if you get a sweep of the Monday high, today is Tuesday, right? Yeah. Typically, you get a sweep of if you sweep the Monday high on Tuesday, then you're going to get continuation to the downside on Wednesday and maybe even Thursday or the rest of the week, depending on how slow it bleeds or if it's a quick liquidation type deal. So yeah, once you get that sweep of the previous day high, and that is also the Monday high on a Tuesday night. That does typically lead to a reversal and to downside. Now, 15-minute, I don't. This is, I mean, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 consecutive 15-minute candles so far. 7 and counting, really. 15-minute candles, and that just shows some bearishness. We also have our trend fusion pointing to the downside and below the zero line. Money flow is still green on the 15-minute, but that volume matrix is kind of coming down and starting to turn purple, which means bearish. Our true 7 is also below the zero line, so that's leaning more bearish. So the only thing that's kind of holding stuff up a little bit is that money flow, which we can still continue to see strong money flow even as it's coming to the downside. That would just mean to me that buyers are in the game as prices moving to the downside. So what I'll be watching for now is I want to see if this range holds. This range here, this is obviously an accumulation range. Then you get a breakout. Almost, if you base it off of this high. But why would you base it off of that high? Actually, let's take a fixed range volume profile, put it on this range. Okay. So you got your value area high there, your value area low there, your point of control here. We can get rid of this. So there's that range. This is actually looks pretty strong. But so far, all we've really done is just taken out a bunch of stops right here. Let's see. Let's go to the higher time frame. Let's go to the 1 hour. Want to see if there's a divergence here at all. Might not be on the 1 hour. Let's go to the 4. So no divergence here on the Prime Oscillator Pro Plus. Let's just look at a at the RSI primed. See what that looks like. Big push to the upside. Doesn't look too bad. Let's put on a standard RSI. I do like my standard RSIs. Don't hate. Don't hate. Now we could also have picked this off too, had we seen we had a bullish divergence here on our trend fusion and on our RSI, and off and away it goes. Nice little pop up. Let's pull a fib. Let's see where we came up to on that. Came up to the 886 with the platinum pocket and are getting rejected, but it has broken through major retracements. So there's a little bit of hope for potentially more upside, but again, I will be watching that previous week high to be the last point that we could sweep before we move to the downside. If we move to the downside at all. Like back below these lows. Like I still think we will do. A little bit of a megaphone going on in here. This is actually playing out how I wanted it to. I didn't think it would come up as high as it did, but Bitcoin is volatile, and I'm sure we had plenty of shorts get put in here, and this was a nice short squeeze. But this does look more reversal-ish. This little range here. looks more like a consolidation and then take out the low, shift to the upside. That could be all that it needed to push to the upside to grab more liquidity to push further to the downside. So my general thought has been, ever since we got up in this range and put in this high and kind of broke down, was that this would turn into an ABC correction off of this 5-wave move to the upside. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now there's a debate on whether or not this is 4 and then this is 5. And that will depend on whether or not this breaks this high. If it does break this high, then we could see that be the real wrap up of the 5th wave. Well, really the wrap up of the 4th wave that leads to the 5th wave. But which I would say is potentially what we got, but the 3rd wave did take out this high. So key indicator that that's probably valid. But we'll see. We'll find out soon enough. We do have, I mean, the thing is, money flow still looks pretty good. So I'm just real sketch about this current pop-up because I was expecting a B wave to the upside. It's just gone up a little bit higher than anticipated. So not taking anything right now because this is probably not the greatest time. Yeah, I'd just be watching that 94, 574, that golden, or that point of control of that consolidation range. I'll be watching that. And yeah, it's going down. Yeah, it's going down. Right now. Right now it's going down. It's showing a little bit of strength. Now, are we seeing anything else with some strength? XRP? I don't know. I don't know. This feels like a liquidation type of event coming soon. Might not be like massive liquidation, but might be one coming soon. We do have imbalances on a few things in here. There's Link. These lows. Imbalance. ERV. What about, I don't even have ETH on here. Litecoin with the pop up taking out a high. Ooh, okay. All right. The Litecoin showing a little bit of strength actually. What do you think about that Benjamin Cowan video from the other day where he shows that same pattern happened like 3 times before? I haven't watched it, so I don't know. Good evening, JR. Thank you for being here. And Stroman. Appreciate y'all. And since you mentioned Benjamin Cowan, I now know that you are not my best friend playing as somebody else. Because my best friend would have no idea who Benjamin Cowan is. But we can still be friends. H bar. That looks spicy. Nice breakout, kind of riding the trend, coming down to the previous resistance, trying to turn it to support. We'll see, but if everything decides to fall, i.e., if Bitcoin decides to fall, then so will everything else. And we do have the FOMC tomorrow. Now, of course, everybody's expecting a pause. The market's expecting a pause. We haven't priced in anything other than a pause, so we'll probably get a pause as expected. Then we'll just have to listen to Powell, see if anything changes from his mouth. Usually it's just we just gotta rely on the data. We gotta rely on the data. The data, guys. Have you heard of the data? Have you seen the data? That's why we're staying paused. The data, and right now the data says stay paused because that's what we care about. We care about the data. Or data, if you're posh. Anyway. We do have an overbought signal here on the 1 hour. This was a pretty quick and sudden move, just kind of out of nowhere, seemingly. And those typically aren't good signs, or at least healthy pops. Anything that doesn't mean it can't continue higher. I mean, obviously it can. Aave is the biggest secret to BTC price action. I don't even know what that means, but I'm interested. How is Aave the biggest secret? Aave BTC. I think I've heard something about this before. Aave is the biggest secret. If it's going down, Bitcoin's going down. If it's going up, Bitcoin's going up. Honestly, I don't know what it is, but lasers go pew 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 pew. What's going on, lasers? Laser hands. I did that once. I said laser hands instead of laser eyes. And so I started saying laser hands and diamond eyes. Shout out to Minus the Bear. Minus the Bear. The bands are dominating minus the band. Anyways, looking for something, but I don't see it. All right, so yeah, Aave looking like a little bit of a bear flag in here. Potential alley. The Dusty Hunt, good evening. No bear div here. No bear div here. Yeah, I'm not sure. Aave BTC. It doesn't really look all that great. Aave USD. Oh, look at that. And look at all those equal highs. They're just waiting to get taken out. They're just begging. Please come take us out. Please come take us out. It might get another little push up here. And then just continue sideways. Because that's what it looks like it does. It looks like Aave, Ethereum stablecoin. Beam got a little pump, went down. Is this what we're gonna see from Bitcoin? We got all these little pumps, then a move to the downside. No, this is the 1 hour, dog. It's old news. Yeah, what's going on, Dusty Hunt? Hope you're all doing well. Don't forget to hit that like button and share with a friend. Join the Piper Academy Discord. Link pinned in the chat. and in the description. $5 will make you holla. It'll make you holla. Oh my god, I love this Discord. I love this subscription. It's so good. That's what'll happen. Don't believe me? Buy it. 4 hour right here on Ethereum. That is not a bullish divergence at all. That is a nice big wick there on that 4 hour. 15-minute, not looking the best. Came down into took out a fair value gap. But that could potentially push price higher. But we'll see, because we took out that fair value gap, but we now have a bearish fair value gap on the 15 right up here. So I would be watching this level. Nope. Yep. Be watching this level right here between 18.33.45 and 18.37.71. So yeah, be watching that level. Let's go ahead and pull a fib on this as well from here to here. We do have the 50% retracement right below it and the golden pocket inside it. So definitely an area of interest for me. Now what we could see, what I'd be looking for is I'll be looking at my oscillators. If all you got's a free account, your RSI is plenty, okay? Push to the upside, come into the resistance, and if it's a strong push like that, then the RSI is likely to push pretty hard too. And if it comes in either flat or even just slightly above this high here, and then you get a rejection and kind of start to fade out, there's your bearish divergence, and then more downside. That's what I would look for. My bearish scenario for Ethereum. Getting a pop now, so we'll see if that plays out. And if we do the double layout, one on top of the other, we can see, let's check Bitcoin. Take this down to the 15. Now, I personally would like to see SMT divergence, so I would want to see one of these come up and take the high. If it's not Bitcoin, I want it to be Ethereum. If it's not Ethereum, I want it to be Bitcoin. That way we've got either Ethereum putting in a lower high and Bitcoin putting in a higher high, giving us SMT smart money tool. That's what I've heard different names, but I just call it SMT. Smart money tracker is another thing that I've heard. But yeah, SMT divergence, where two highly correlated assets divert in price, which signals the institutions are selling off or buying. So we could actually get if Bitcoin can come up and sweep that previous week high, that would actually give us, and Ethereum, even if it came up and took out its high, as long as it didn't come above this high, then that will give us an SMT divergence based on time, aka previous week high, key level. And if we get that will, and then you get a pushback on both, and then you get the market structure shift on the lower time frames, or you can just wait for this low on both of these to get taken out before entering a short and aiming for lows. Definitely want to aim for these lows. On Bitcoin, and Ethereum doesn't really have much, so it might actually hold up better than Bitcoin. Let's zoom out. I don't. Don't really see. I mean, these are kind of relatively equal lows, so maybe we'll come down in here. And some imbalance here and here. But Ethereum might hold up better than usual. Trade intuition, what's going on? T.I. Joe, let's throw some bingo bangos in the chat from Mr. T.I. Joe. What do you know, T.I. Joe? 16 drawings. Why would I delete all of them? I don't know what they are. I might want to keep them. But essentially, we are, especially on Ethereum here, just kind of channeling. Highs up here. Do have some relatively equal highs up here. I don't know. I might be flipping a little more bullish. It's kind of weird, but you know, it's that feeling where it's like, man, I just think it's going to come down and take out these lows. But there's also a reason for it to just continue to go to the upside. This is a nice push up and a nice stabilization of price and consolidation, putting in higher lows, even if ever so slightly, and higher highs, same, even if ever so slightly. So we'll see, but oscillators can only tell us so much, and right now we're kind of saying, we're more not looking too strong at the moment, even as we consolidate, which is not what you want to see, which means there is a higher chance than not that we do get a fake out to the upside, but then ultimately roll back down, get those lows, and then test previous demand zones. We'll see. So tomorrow we are expecting a rate pause. Let's go ahead and let's take a look at our heat maps. Let's take a look at crypto. See what we're looking at over here. Nick Musgrave, the Axe. What's going on, my friend? Thank you for being here, Nick. Mad love, homie. Mad love, home slice. Bitcoin up 2.11% on the 24-hour. Ethereum up 1%. Oh, Tether surprisingly hasn't moved at all. Kind of crazy. Excluding stable coins. Thank you. XRP up 1.24%. Is this where's the buttons up here? Why is it not giving me those buttons? This where I can change things. Market cap, mono size. Market cap. What are these things? This is like crypto inception. Oh, you know what this reminds me of? You know what zooming in on all these blocks reminds me of? Oh no, I gotta find it. I gotta find the one. Oh no, I gotta find the one. If anybody gets it, I will send you a cookie. Oh, I gotta find the one. I I gotta find the one. Which one is it? Which one is it? No, it's not that one. No, it's not that one. Which one is it? Which one is it? No, it's not that one. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. They're coming, they're coming. I bet no one gets it. And then when I say it, you're going to be like, oh, DMT? No, but I have heard that that's what you see when you're on it. So is something similar to that. Just life, everything around you just breaks down into blocks. Apparently, I don't know. I've heard Joe Rogan describe it. That's my that's my extent on my knowledge of DMT. Rubik's? No, I actually don't really know anything about Rubik's. Because I banned my kids from playing it because you could talk to strangers. And guys, men were messaging my daughters. So, yeah, no. The machine elves. I told you, y'all would never get it. Told you you'd never get it. Let me see. Let me see something. Hold on. I found it. I might be way off on my memory because I haven't watched this in forever, but hopefully I don't get a copyright strike on this.
The door locks! Ellie, boot up the door locks!
Here it comes. Yeah, I was way off, but it was kind of similar. These are more like 3D blocks, you know?
I had to find the right file.
Trying to reach the gun!
That's what came to my mind when I was going through all those blocks. Was this scene right here. Yes, Jurassic Park. Yes, Jurassic Park. How Sway How? Jason? Shark Coin? Rubik's Cube.
This might be the right
Shark Coin? See all the blocks. See how it keeps like zooming in, and that's all I could see was like the zooming in on the blocks as she's trying to like hack this computer system. But yeah, let's not get a copyright strike. Lovely. So yeah, that's what I was thinking of. I was coming through here and I was like, oh, you gotta find one. Nope, that's not the right one. Hold on. Let me see if I can find one. It's Wildcard Wednesday, by the way. This is what we do here. We just kind of hang out on Wildcard Wednesday. It's kind of like a early midweek reset. I understand now. Thank you. At least someone does. Oh. I use crypto bubbles. Yeah, a lot of people use crypto bubbles. Cryptobubblies.net. Especially when you're looking at 501 to 600. Let's look at 1 to 100. Form? Never heard of her. 18.6%. Quant up 15.6. Oh. Quant's an oldie but a goodie. One of my old bags was Quant. Yes, that is a past tense. Hello? What's that? Or banter bubbles, which have stocks too. Oh, wait. First of all, good evening, CJ Nis, aka Straight Vapin. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about banter. Let's see. QNT, USD, crypto. This should give me all of the lifespan of this thing. Yep. Good evening. Trade Intuition knows. I don't know what he knows, but Trade Intuition knows. This is a giant weekly bull flag for Quant. This is a project that I thought was very promising. What's up, Jay Violet? Where you been? Thought this project was very promising 3-4 years ago. And of course, it actually hasn't done. It's too terrible. Considering a lot of the stuff that's in this market that looks like absolute dog crap. I'd say Quant's not looking too bad. Quant is up there too, man. Might want to check out those ISO tokens. Here's one that nobody ever thinks about, either for good reason or not. Not really sure, but why do you have such little history on OKX? But IOTA USD, another ISO token. Let's take a look at IOTA BTC. That's what I really care about. Basically down and to the right ever since its inception, which is okay. IOTA was the Internet of Things application, I think. Something. So that's one ISO. Algo is another ISO. I don't know if there's really anything to the whole ISO thing, but Algo pretty much has no devs, I think, working on it. I feel like it's an abandoned. I think it's, the last time I checked, it was an abandoned project, but that doesn't mean people can't speculate and pump and dump. That's for sure. Algo, XLM. I believe, yeah, HBAR is another ISO token, and it's holding up well. XLM's holding up well, pushing to the upside, getting the pullback, of course. When you get that big of a move, straight down to the 786. That's nice. XLM might be coming right down on top of this resistance, flipping into support. Looking good. Looking good. I want to see a little bit more upside. But it's like XRP, man, because they're basically brother and sister, where they kind of go sideways for forever, and then they'll pump like crazy for like 3 days. and that's it. She is the worst actress, just my opinion. Wait, who? Who are you talking about? Oh, are we talking? Which one are we talking about? Are you behind Trade Intuition? I'm confused. Good night, Dusty Hunt. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. You could have waited 4 minutes, but it's all good. I appreciate you for showing up at all. Don't forget to hit that like button on your way out, please, friend. You talking about oh, what's her face? Helen Hunt? Is that who it is? It's not Helen Hunt, is it? Laura Dern. Laura Dern. Yeah. I agree. I agree. Laura Dern, not the best actress. I don't know about worst. But definitely not the greatest in my opinion. Especially nowadays, too much. If an actor or an actress has had too much work done on their faces, I can't watch their movies because you can't see the emotion, or there's a thing when it comes like watching movies that's called being taken out of the film, where you're like watching a movie, but like you get focused on something that has nothing to do with what's going on with the plot or anything like that, because it's either one, bad acting, or two, someone's face won't stop or will just sit still when they're showing emotions and it doesn't make sense. So that's all you can think about. And it just takes you out of the movie. You don't get sucked in. When I like being sucked into movies, I don't know. And it's like a movie that has like a good pacing, a good beat to it, you know. You want your movies to have a good beat. You don't want the pacing to be off. Sad to say it because it's my favorite franchise, but I mean, honestly, I still think it was the best out of the three, even though most people think it was the worst out of the three. But The Last Jedi did, if I did have a film critique about it, it would be that the pacing of that film was atrocious. I actually like the storyline, but the pacing, this is like Star Wars week for me, okay? So y'all just got to get over it. The pacing is just so awful, and there's so much stuff that they could have cut from the movie that would have helped with the pacing. Pacing is just like it's the beat of the movie. It's what keeps you in the movie. But I hate movies that are like 5 seconds on one scene because it's like it's action or whatever. But it like in this Star Wars, the new ones did this a lot, and particularly like The Last Jedi, that just kind of took you out of the scene and out of the movie. You'll be in the middle of a lightsaber battle, like between Rey and Kylo, and then it'll cut completely away to two completely other people on a different ship, just sitting there trying to crack a code or something. Like something, the pacing just gets thrown off. You go from high intensity, fight scene to this, and you just cut over to this like boom 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 boom, and then you cut back to the high pace, high intensity scene, and it's just kind of just like, what is this? And it's like at the worst times, the cut scenes, and it's just like, what were y'all doing? Honestly, they threw those movies together too quickly is what happened. And yeah, What's going on? Hola, French toaster. What's going on, my friend? Thank you for being here. I can't wait for 28 years later. What's 28 years later? What is that? Wait, what? I'm currently watching Endor, the first season. Oh, so this is like after 28. Is this like a sequel to 28 Days Later? What it looks like, seeing as how it looks like a zombie movie. Oh, yep, there you go. 28 Days Later sequel. 28 Days Later was such a good movie. If you like the zombie movies. I'm actually not the biggest zombie movie fan. But if it has a real world type of like somewhat plausible plot, then it can get me. This is like the same with like scary movies. I don't get scared from scary movies. Evil dolls, possessed people, whatever. None of that stuff scares me. I don't get scared. It's the jump scares that just like come out of nowhere that might spook me for a second, because it's just kind of out of nowhere. But I'm not like scared. And yeah, I don't get scared for horror films. Oh, a point is like the reason why I like more slasher films when it comes to like horror films. Like Scream was like my all-time favorite horror series, because there's that aspect of realness to it. That serial killer, somebody could actually do that actually makes it like scary to me, because I don't believe in ghosts and all that stuff. So yeah. You didn't like... Oh, I loved Zombieland. Zombieland was awesome, of course. Woody Harrelson and that one guy that I used to confuse with Michael Cera all the time. I know he's not Michael Cera, but I used to confuse him and Michael Cera all the time for some reason. Probably because they're both curly haired. I don't know. Oh, what is that guy's name? He's also in like, is it him that's in Scott Pilgrim Saves the World? Double tap. Zombies suck. Zombieland. What is this guy's name? Oh yeah, Jesse Eisenberg. Oh yeah, Emma Stone was in that too. Abigail Breslin, Amber Heard, Bill Murray. Bill Murray the GOAT. Bill Murray's the GOAT, bro. What about Bob? Double tap that like button if you like just shooting the ish with me here. So yeah, tomorrow is kind of just going to be one of those days, unless it's like what I was talking about, where we just obviously clear the previous week high. We sweep the previous week high, and then we come down, close like a 15-minute candle below it, and watch out. But other than that, I kind of always, kind of like a rule of thumb, to kind of like not trade until after, like 30 minutes after the Powell press conference. Sometimes stuff will get going as he's talking, so it's important to see, all right, are we coming up on previous week high during this time? And as we're doing that, are we putting in a bearish divergence? And at that same time, are we also maybe getting an SMT divergence? Are we coming into a higher time frame resistance. You know, this is if price is moving to the upside. You'd be thinking the complete opposite if it's moving to the downside. But the whole point is like, is it hitting a key level? Are we getting bear divs? And where's the liquidity lying? Do we have equal highs above us? Do we have equal lows below us? Do we have a higher time frame fair value gap that we need to get to on the weekly chart, like I think we need to get to? You know, we'll just have to see. Powell will probably dump the market. He usually does. I think if he says, I don't know. I think it's going to be continued, will be data dependent, and that's it. And then the markets will be like, yeah, that's what we expected, so we're just going to keep going higher. Because you're not saying anything really negative. We're kind of a little more certain than we have been, especially considering this trade war, that we keep tamping down a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more. Oh, we're getting these deals and la whatever. But now we've got a war potentially breaking out between Pakistan and India, so there's that. That could be a little black swan. We'll see. But Ukraine, Ukraine, I think the market tanked for like, I don't know, 2 days to 2 weeks. I can't remember. But what I do remember is after that little push down, price swung way back to the upside and took out all the highs and kept on going. It was like the markets didn't care at all that there was a war going on. Could be the same case here with India, Pakistan, except this is between two nuclear powers, whereas Ukraine doesn't have any nukes because they gave up their nukes for the Budapest Memorandum that the UK and Russia and Ukraine all signed together, saying, hey, we'll give up our nuclear weapons so long as we have security guarantees that Russia will not invade us. And then 30 years later, Russia invades. But anyways, neither here nor there. But yeah, I gotta go. It is bedtime for me as well, Nick Musgrave. Get some sleep, bro. Oh, you were telling me to get some sleep. That's right, because you're like on the other side of the world. Can you tell? Can you tell I'm tired? But yeah, guys, I do appreciate each and every single one of you for being here, and I will see you all tomorrow. Don't forget to come back to the channel for Good Morning Crypto with BC Port Corp, the morning market report with Army Piper and the OC guy, and then trading with OC later in the evening, and then we'll be right back here for another Markets After Dark. I do appreciate each and every single one of you for being here. Thank you for all the love, support, and kindness that you continue to express in the community. We do love it. We try our best to stay away from drama, and I think we do a pretty good job at that. So thank you all, and smash that like on the way out. We'll see you tomorrow. Have an amazing, beautiful, wonderful, radical sleep. And I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out. Mad love. Good night.
Welcome to the night where we light up the spark. We're trading crypto, finance, you'll be mad on the charts. Hosted by the one, Lunar Beaches Top Shark. Dive deep into the numbers cause this ain't no lark. We're crunching all the data, making money moves fast. From Wall Street to the blockchain, making predictions last. Community together in this financial blast. Markets after dark, I shatter ceilings made of glass. Mad on the charts with Lunar's bright lights. Crypto markets soaring through the night. Follow the trends, see future in sight. It's Markets After Dark, live financial flight. From Bitcoin to Ethereum, we're mapping the road. Stock tips and insights, secrets ready to unload. Trading strategies, sharp on knowledge be showed. Let Lunar Beaches guide you to the mother lode. Economic loops and the way the dollar flows. Community vibes where everybody grows. Analyzing trends while the world lays low. Markets after dark where only brilliant shows. Hit that subscribe and join the ride. In the world of finance where fortunes collide. Lunar's path will be your guide. Through the market storm or the market tide. On the charts with Lunar's bright light. Crypto markets soaring through the night. From big dome markets soaring fast. Markets after dark to shatter ceilings made of glass. Mad on the charts with Lunar's bright light. Crypto markets soaring through the night. Follow the trend, see the future in sight. It's markets after dark, the financial flight. From Bitcoin to Ethereum, we're mapping the road. Stock tips and insights, secrets ready to unload. Trading strategies, sharp our knowledge be showed. Let Lunar Beaches guide you to the load. Economic loops and the way the dollar